This is day 747. Arukh HaShulchan. The sponsor coming Shimmer, the Arukh HaShulchan. Please call me directly. I greatly appreciate it. Today we are doing Simon Tough Test, Safe Test, Tough Samach, Safe Base. But he's actually so raka. The person kneading dough has to be careful when it's soft. The Bill Sipo Kemach not add any more flour to the original batch. They should also Kemach and Onil Shafer, because that additional flour will not be properly kneaded. Shemli is Ape Yafer, so maybe it won't be baked properly either. Shabbat is Chametz, then when it falls into a soup, there's the Gabrux issue, Chametz. So we're allowed to add flour as long as it's not the mixture is not fully mixed. Actually, when it became fully mixed, now I say Isa became a dough. Also, now that okay to the aseh. What should you do? Isa raka, when the dough is soft. Isa kasha cheres. You should make another harder dough, or I guess more denser dough. If you have any maraka, and mix it with the softer dough. And then you're not mixing flour with dough. You're mixing dough with dough. You have any marbe, araka. So the mix the isa mutarei dough with the dough. You're allowed to mix it. They're both well needed. Another person. So if it's a woman, should make the dense dough. The woman who's already kneading, we should not make two doughs at one time. Must be because her hands, she doesn't have enough hands for it. I guess her hands cannot do that quickly enough. The Shura says, but yeah, but one person did make two doughs, we don't answer it. Okay? But if there's two sets which are very tiny, that's okay. Take one of the right hand, one of the left hand. You should be careful not to tarry with the dough and with the rolling pins. You should not carry them. Not tarry with them, carry with them under your armpit. Because it's warm there. And so as we constantly cleaning the table, where they make the mat, where they set the matzah. I guess this is the rollers. I don't know. I guess they're both rollers. The clear gilch grain kolitz katzilka and the galva by a dime, and I guess the handles. That means mipure batsek from crumbs of dough, which get cling there. The nagul lead car matzahs begalgal by itself screen reddo. We make pierced holes in the matzahs with a metal rolling pin. The matzahs nesusa mateches, and the matzahs are put on a piece of metal. Sheni korin blech. We still call it blech. The zaros kim chametz, but the eshos kim matzahs don't have any chametz. Don't bring in your corned beef sandwich for lunch while you're making matzahs. You can eat potatoes or kidneys or anything like that, but not obviously chametz in the vicinity of the matzah you're making. By the time it's cyan also. If you get hungry, think about that you're doing something which is holy and pure, and something which is holy and pure, they will evidently give you added strength. You would imosif kemach if you added dough, but you saw flour into the dough. Ain't less of the evet, even though we just said there's chashash concern, but the evet's okay. But just as long as you make sure to mix them together very, very well. If there's some dust of flour which will land on some matzah, and be careful to eat that matzah dry. It's not coming to water because of that dusting of flour. So you have the matzah already made. And but it's waiting, ready to set, but there's no room in the oven. It's got to spend a few minutes idle outside the oven. It's better to break it, the tax of a tilosh, and then knead it again, the tigagal and roll it again. So the matzah should never remain without any involvement. But that's only if you're backed up and you have no choice. But it's preferable not to make any matzah, and even this unbaked matzah, and to go back and knead it and roll it again. The Ramah said, matzah, so the vessel which you fix the matzahs, vasakin, and the knife with which you cut the dough, tamid, you should constantly clean them, rub them down at the time you're making the matzah, that the dough should not adhere to them. And after you finish making the matzah, you should rinse it out and scrub it out very well to use it again. And that it's better to scrub it out than what people have to scratch out the inside of the vessel. But by scratching, it's not universally effective. It's hard to be yotzer of that. And if you want to be machmir, first scrape them and then rinse them. So he says, by us, what we do between batches is we scrape the bowls with little pieces of glass, which were very effective. And again, we don't rinse with water unless something get wet inadvertently. You bake a cuss of oat. He writes further, you should be allowed to allowed to scrub off a layer, even by non-Jew. That greater shvus, because the scraping off of a layer is a d'rabbanan. And telling a non-Jew to do for you is also d'rabbanan. The shvus a makom mitzvah, it's a d'rabbanan, double d'rabbanan, in a place where there's a mitzvah involved. But that's mutter. It's permitted to do so. You like any Yehudi, if there's no non-Jew around, you claim but sign him. Oh, you numla tanur. Shiafa beitza b'tagaleim. You should wash them with cold water. Can't use hot water on Shabbos, or put them in the oven. This is an interesting idea. So that whatever dough is there, then bakes. Shmuel says, nevertheless, it's not appropriate to eat this dough, which you're baking into the keli, because maybe it wasn't properly fully baked. The Achrayim had a problem with this, which is an obvious problem, that it seems to be tirchush lo tzorach an yontif, right? Because you're not eating the dough which is on the keli, so therefore you just want to do it in order to make it not chametz. Seems that's a little tzorach. Anyway, so back to the Arukh HaShulchan. So he did give the eitzah to bake the dough on them. Naturally, there's the other. I guess maybe it's like batel, and I guess that's what the Mishnah is saying here. They owed eitzah shivato, but you nullify your ownership in that chametz with that dough, which is on the pan, on the pot, on the vessel, and you then not going to be over, even though you don't scrape it off completely. But of array was mutar diach blatzmo. So there's no chashivas to the washing, no chashivas to the baking of that dough. That should be awesome. It will be awesome. Anyway, v'arei was mutar diach blatzmo. You can put the pots. You can rinse the pots yourself. Array ruim is a tashvish ochel nefesh with the yontif, because the suitable have been being used to now. And it's suitable for ochel nefesh, so therefore they are not considered to be muktzah on yontif. Which is permissible on yontif, so therefore they will not be a problem. It's anything similar. Because about He writes also the Sheish Zor Bareva Shaloshim Ba. Be careful with the vessel in which you're doing the lisha, which you're kneading the dough. Shilo Ye Shum Guma. There shouldn't be any hole or sedek or crack. Shlichal Nakro, which you can't properly clean. Achar lisha, after the kneading of the dough, v'tachmitz, and not become chametz in that crack or in that crack or the hole. Achar k'shiyach אחר כך כשחוזר ולש בו מצער בבצק, if you something stuck in some nook and cranny, and then later on it will come back, haunt you, and you came out mixed into a mutter batch of how much I want to say. Yeah, the next batch of dough, and the best was supposed to be mutter. Obviously, it's going to become usher because kind of like whatever gets in the cracks. Okay. Don't put the mixing bowl on top of a cover or top of a pillow or a cover made out of wool. At the time that you're not kneading, that heats the pot. Heats the vessel. I'll show, or shari, allowed to put it on a piece of leather. So it says it's best not to put a matzah on any type of baguette. But the evet, if you did it, there's no issue involved. Okay, that was all from the Ramah. That was being base. Now we're going to be base. But saying anything beyond it. That's some begging on anyway. If you do begging on it's also the Pesach after halfway through the day. You must be Mabato. The crumbs of chametz before they come chametz. Chayino gulamar, and this is what they say. Evidently, when they're making the matzah, piruim hefker. Say the crumbs are hefker, and specifically before they become chametz. Because after it's not your rishus, you can't be vasalim, you just be over on them. You give a magalgo shkrin kalitzka. It's rolling pin. And saying him shall eitz chalakin, they're smooth wood. Yesh mitzabim and matchos. Some of them are covered with metal. Yesh shaban, some made of stone. Yesh schulim, some made of glass. They are smooth and they cool the dough down. Okay, the time which you roll the dough, you should be careful. It's one flat piece. So it should be a crack. For you, and they should make sure that it's smooth. Some people roll it on the blech, as you mentioned before. Some people do it on stone. And that's good because it's not going to get hot. Shouldn't do it on paper. It's not been made because the paper vibrates, and the any of the galgal doesn't make it look properly set. Galgalim al nior, so people who do roll on I guess like wax paper of some sort. Also the galgal also near mitzvaches. You have to dispose it right after the batch does. Because the lots of the dough clings to the paper which you're using to line your cabinet, your counter. We have to flip over the paper to the other side. It's best to do it on the table, on top of the paper. On top of the paper. And when he brings back there, because my Ravasi going to give him his rock, she's not mitzvah. So you have a ladle which is cracked in its lip. Just expand the crack. Guard the offer and to scrape it down well. And to do hagol on it. And to close the cracks. Came in to make it smooth. Iron Shom is way to repair this defective pot for Pesach. Yesh la'archikas at mo me'arevo mirda sheyesh bo sedek. Bring this down over again. Be distant from even a mixing bowl or the shovels which you put it into the oven. that they shouldn't get wet. Um, um, uh, no, just now, just if they have a crack, don't use it. Ashkas of misadon, something about an animal, lay down a mahu, we don't know what he's talking about. A dollar. Even though there's a measure for what's considered to be fermented, they look meal, the matter takes a look at milk, much kasabnu. You come upon them, blessing Brian, but you see signs of impending chametz in the dough. Also, Torah. So after you eat that the matzah meat, right? So, Avshem Bas Manshi is probably minutes less than 18 minutes. They don't see many chimos. What are the signs of that fermentation? Konshanas is talking about, he said there are cracks on the surface of the dough. I feel like Sarah was talking about having the cracks now running into each other. They go in different directions. Chametz gomru. Of course, if you eat it, you are liable to excision. If there's no crack, a crack in the matzah, but it's become shiny. It does become shiny. Shishtar Mariso, its image was changed. Or I should say that his countenance was changed. Kadam Sham is also like a person whose hair stands on end. Place. Yeah, so that's what it's called. I think that's why it's called. I forgot what it's called. So I'm not saying. Same back there. Let's put down there. Anyway, I don't remember offhand. So say if it's no crack, but it just got smoothly and shiny, you're not allowed to eat it, but you're not chayav misa. You're not chayav kores. So they start with two doughs, kach at one time. One of them became chametz. The second one is also chametz. I feel anyway, but you don't see signs of chametz. It's like a raglan l'davar. It's like a form of proof. But I feel low show meal, even if it wasn't an 18, 22.5 or 24 minutes. Because it certainly became chametz just like its sister, though. And don't put one matzah on top of the other, because that also speeds up the fermentation process. The general principle is a lot of care and diligence when you make matzah. Tesvav. Of course, I was saying about the Shulchan Gimel. The Shulchan writes, a woman who's kneading the dough and she keeps on a smoothie out of her hands, so stuff doesn't into her hand with water. No, sorry. Like she's putting water on the challah, I guess to make it shine. I don't know, matzah, I guess to make it shine. I don't know exactly what he's doing. But it says, she should not use the same water which she cools down her hands. From this we deduce that the water she's using to be kotef is not the same water using to cool down your hands. Should have another vessel of water, which I guess you use in order to work into the dough in some way, shape, or form. If she violated the principle of not cool down her hands between the batches, mutter there is permissible. If you needed the dough after the time of the chametz also, the water which you use both for kituv and for or use for kituv and for cleaning your hands. And also the water with which you rinse out the buxabo. You should only pour them out on a slope. So they should all gather together. And quote this all from the Shulchan Aruch. Because man he saw before the time it's prohibited, is that we're not concerned with this. Mishnah says before the time it's usher, you do spill out a little bit in your yard. The Bach and Tassel, that even before Zman Isuro, not sure what the situation is, you don't pour them into the chutzer if it's not a makom midron. Okay, that's self-explanatory. You have to pour in the slope, even slow. Right? It's not yet the time when it becomes absolutely awesome. We don't know anything about this. Dipping the water, I guess, putting on the matzah, like I said before. But on the contrary, I'm very careful not to have any water come kind of with the dough. But since they don't know this halacha. That's why they do it. They're ignorant of this. Either on the contrary, cold water is good, not bad. And beats fermentation. Nearly, they shall matzah shalom dakin l'chein answer divas mine. Apparently, they have to smear some water in order to bake properly. But since our matzahs are flat, they bake well, and they don't need the incentive of the water. So therefore, you don't do it. Or the posting that you don't have to cool off your hands, but rather with the one you needed, so too you can go put it in the oven. But all this is generic. But if she feels that her hands became hot, everybody just cool them down. And even Stam, it's best to be machmir. I guess we should do something for cooling down the hands. 10 times. You die, show them shnei balabatim ofim b'tanu echad of two people are baking the same oven. She's chalfo matzahs and matzahs might get switched in the oven. Shazel zeh this one, that one. The chol shiyom is best to stipulate. Kol mishagir matzah shli yodo. Anybody who gets my matzah yellow maton, it's a gift, so it can be his. Kenim yesh l'shash b'arichaim. So there's a concern about the mill or b'chanus or the store. She's chav zel shel zel. Everything's got mixed up. Yomu Gankein should also say that it should belong to whoever got it, whoever has a gift. There's no matzah. In other words, each one tells the other, you know what, the matzah you took is a gift from me. Now each one ensures that the other one is using a matzah which is not stolen or borrowed. But he didn't say it. But you have him so we soon to each other for the reciprocal benefit. But by us we don't bake two in the same oven anyway. Tough samach. Dina matzahs mitzvah shal seder. The halachas of the matzah of mitzvah, which you use for this seder. Al koso tu v'shlomer. Turn shalach right to ein loshim matzahs mitzvah. V'lofina so al yidei. In Yehudi, you can't make the matzah for the night of seder by a non-Jew. Nor a child, a person's insane, or a child, or a deaf mute, person who's I don't know the correct term for shite. It's insane, and cousin and a child at Kaloshono. Farabian explains that time lishma. I need to do lishma. Va'afilu omer lo aseh l'shen kach l'kach. Even the God tells him to do it for this purpose. Also, that's atzma. The guy can do it on their own initiative. That's a Rashi Tshuva. Gam matchina. Also, the milling, vaktira, and the harvesting. So lishma also has been done lishma. Because I'm seeing tough and gimel. Sheish b'deus b'zeh, but they're not the different opinions. Sorry, garbage has clear. Guys go back all the way to the harvesting. Where yesh plutum zegmar is a machlekes, as we just mentioned. Base v'chein lo yisayeh echad me'elu b'shum melacha min ha'melachos. You shouldn't help. I guess these people are making matzahs which are not going to be good. You shouldn't help them. It's not bazu without the non-Jew. Yamon, you saw God, but the Jews stand over him. But Yoma is say the same matzah mitzvah. Make mitzvah's matzah. Make it for the purpose of the mitzvah of matzah. Much custom by Rock, Baroshli and Sicily, Rosh passed by Sicily, something Ralph. Come year the Yisrael is the same at the Jewish tape a little bit. For that, only we call Halo. The content is the best little here. So Yom Chametz is going to eventually become a Baal Mitzvah. All these things which we're about to speak about are only considered the matzah for the mitzvah of matzah. Well, matzah should go to make Pesach. That's refer to the matzah of this Pesach. Some seem to have Sharif Aram. They have a different opinion about what Shimra matzah means. The Didu ain't fresh with matzah's mitzvah, matzah should go to make Pesach. The difference between the matzah of Rambam and the matzah of the rest of the day of the matzah of the night Pesach was to be the rest of the days. Ayin Sham hated. We'll get the principle later on. Mr. Gura says that according to Mr. Gura says that first here. Bill says Taz says that specifically kneading and baking Omer Agava doesn't work. But by grinding, the milling, everybody agrees he saw Omer Agava Roeh, so standing and watching, nothing happened, the Meir Chametz is believed. But the Rabbah holds like the Bach that the machlekes. Nevertheless, today it's pasha, it's widespread like the Taz we make up by milling by non-Jew on Yosef. But it's possible to avoid. Yeshua says many Acharim agree that it's not that if the Cheresh Shoyt makes the matzah, it's not effective. You know, you would say even the Evan, some place going to make it. The Bachlan Avram Baskin that you can rely on them because there was no other possibilities. And so that even though it's a maker, when the non-Jew stands, the Jew stands over the non-Jew. It's not enough to tell him one time to the process. Doing the Shem Matzah, you have to constantly remind him that you should not get distracted from that purpose. Mr. says it's best to make by Cheresh than by a non-Jew. Mr. says that you should be careful that there's no issue of fermentation and you do anything you want if they pay attention to you. But Ami Sobei does the mitzvahs and the preparation of all the matzahs from before Pesach.